Hello everyone, I am Lucian and I hope that you're doing well. Today we're looking at the equipment, full setup and the execution guide of one of the best methods to farm will in my game of the year, Black Myth Wukong. Simultaneously, you will also be gaining a lot of experience points to level up exceedingly fast. Step 1. It is a mid to end game farming method and thus you will need to have reached chapter 4, Webbed Hollow, Pool of Shattered Jade. Save the video for later if you have not unlocked the area. Step number 2. Equip the Lantern Holder Spirit, which will moderately and passively increase the will gained by simply having it equipped. It is dropped by defeating the enemy located in an area you will have already visited before, the village of Langxi, State of the Shu. You will find that spirit holder where you previously fought the second sister spider boss. Step 3. A very vital step. You need the Ashen Slumber transformation spell, because many of the farming methods I have seen rely on its fiery burst explosion spell to destroy everyone around us in one simple explosion. You acquire this spell by following the 1000-mile quest achievement steps throughout the previous chapters, where, in short, you would have initiated the quest in Chapter 2, Sandgate Village, Village Entrance, by speaking to the rat NPCs hiding in a small shack on the other side of the village gate as shown on the screen, where you would then have had defeated Captain Lotus Vision in Chapter 3, Pagoda Realm, Upper Pagoda, by turning around and dropping to his location to unlock the cells in the Pagoda Realm, where you would then have had travel to Pagoda Realm, Lower Pagoda, to return to the cell you started in, where the door next to that cell would have previously been locked, but you could then enter it to pull the sword out from the corpse to gain the Ashen Slumber transformation spell. Where, of course, if you hadn't performed some of the missable steps above in time and the corpse was not there, then you would have had to undergo a boss fight a floor above the Lower Pagoda Shrine to continue the quest as normal to gain that transformation spell. Returning back to our will farming steps, step number 4. Equip the Goldflora Hairpin, which slightly increases the will gained from defeating enemies. This item is purchasable from the Man in Stone NPC in Chapter 2, Yellowwind Ridge, Fright Cliff, Squall Hideout. Step 5. An optional step. Equip the Celestial Registry Tablet, which slightly increases experience gained from defeating enemies. This item is located in Chapter 4, Secret Area, Secret Purple Cloud Mountain, Petalfall Hamlet. When facing the shrine, it is located in a gazebo about 50 steps behind you, guarded by an enemy. Step number 6. Another optional step which you may skip. Equip the Golden Carp Curio, which moderately increases the chance of obtaining materials from defeated enemies. This item is dropped by Yellow Long enemy in Chapter 4, Webbed Hollow, Relief of the Fallen Long. Follow the Long pattern achievement guide, which requires you to have defeated other 3 Long bosses in previous chapters for him to spawn here. Step 7. An optional but very helpful step. If you have the deluxe edition of Black Myth Wukong, you would have the folk opera set. Having the full set equipped would moderately increase the will gained from defeating enemies. Step number 8. Make sure your attack is as high as possible so that you are able to defeat all the enemies in one single explosion. Aim for around 100 points of attack power. Step number 9. The main process. When facing the Webbed Hollow Pool of Shattered Jade Shrine, to your right you will notice around 25 cocoon enemies. Head to the center of all the enemies as shown on the screen. I personally stand in the middle of these 2 cocoons and use them as reference. Use the Ashen Slumber transformation spell. Immediately use the explosion skill of the transformation to self-destruct. The explosion should destroy everyone around you and net you around 3100 will if you have followed the aforementioned steps. With the Deluxe Edition Folk Opera set, it should net you around 3300 will per explosion. Teleport or walk back to the shrine and repeat the process. Before showing you the New Game Plus gain, let's time our current process so we can compare. That took us roughly over 20 seconds. Let's upper bound it to 30 seconds to account for a slow run. 3300 will in 30 seconds. That equals to 6600 will per minute, which equals to around 396,000 will per hour of farming. I timed my process for half an hour and gained around 225,000 will, which would have been 450,000 will in 1 hour. Whilst finishing the recording for this video, I decided to move to New Game Plus and reach Chapter 4 to test the New Game Plus gains. As expected, it is very high, around 9800 will per explosion. Around 3 times more than the base game, especially with extra will curio equipped. That's 19,600 will per minute, which equates to 1,176,000 will in 1 hour. I now own every single item in the game up until Chapter 4 New Game Plus, very much prepared for the DLC. And finally, step number 10, profit. If you followed all the steps, you'll be gaining a lot of silk and tiny pieces of gold as well. You will further be leveling up rapidly with all the experience points gained from this. You will reach the current level cap of 342 very fast. 342 was also supposed to be the original destined lifespan of Sun Wukong, before he crossed out his name from the register and stormed out of the netherworld. A heaven-born stone monkey beyond anyone's control indeed. Do look forward to more Black Myth Wukong lore, guides and videos. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.